Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. We're here each and every day discussing life. And so I'm just going to get right down to it today. I'm going to talk about what's on my mind. And you know, I've been teaching my book, The Power Is in You. And one of the things that comes up in that book over and over again, it's in the power of how, is that your attitude is everything. The attitude that you take into anything you're doing in life determines the qualities that you get from doing that or being that or experiencing that. Here's the key thing. Only you can take an attitude into something. No one else can take that attitude in for you. So no one else has control over how you feel about that situation. So the question I got, and it's not my question, I got this question the other day at a concert by the lead guitarist of the group Los Lonely Boys. And he looked at the audience and he yelled out, "Are you glad to be alive?" I want you to really think about what I just asked. Are you glad to be alive? If you are, write one reason why you're glad to be alive in the comments. You should be able to come up with 1,000. And Peter, it's not, of course I am. Why are you glad to be alive? That's the key thing. It's not I'm glad. No. Why are you happy to be alive? What is your reason why? I'm happy to be alive because I get to share this with you. I'm happy to be alive because I get to have meditation. I'm happy to alive to taste great food in my life. I'm happy to be alive to create, to experience, and then to explore more. Lori says, I'm happy my sarcasm is always negative. He says that's just him, but it affects everything he does. That's right. His attitude is. Peter, I'm going to just challenge you. You can't just be happy. Because in your human form, your ego has to have a reason. Corey says, I'm happy because I get to share my superpowers. Johanna loves to experiment and create life. Create what in life? McBride's out there with a cat. Creating trust with a cat. Well, that's a... I love it. And here's the thing. Happy to be alive is different for everyone. Everyone is a different reason. There's no right reason to be happy. I'm happy because as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to the gym. I'm flexing and pumping my muscles. I love that. Lori likes to walk through the fields of flowers, create good food, watch movies, and listen to music. Fine, there were 4 reasons right there. Jean just wants to see what's next. And there's always going to be something next. It doesn't matter where you are in your life, there's always going to be something more. Here's the key thing. You're the creator of it. Are you glad you're alive because you understand that the creative power of life is within you and that you get to use it? You get to test it. You get to prove it and create whatever you want. My God, that should just excite the heck out of you. That you have that power. You may not believe it, but boy, you can test it. You can be a spiritual scientist and take this spiritual idea and test it for yourself. Stop buying into the crap that everyone else is telling you. Start finding out that the power to create is within you. The wisdom that you seek is already within you. You came into this planet, your soul, with all the wisdom you will ever need. However, the soul has never had the experience of that wisdom. So you took on a body, you took on a personality so that you could experience that which you believe and know. My God, there's nothing better. And then what happens is we stop creating and our soul goes, whoa, that's not why I'm here. And if you've listened to me talk, you understand that when the body and the mind are no longer serving the soul's desire to advance, to become more aware, to have greater experience, the soul does what? It releases the body. It lets it go so it can move on with its journey. I believe that the people who have the most meaningful, long, and joyous lives are those who are in constant state of creating new and more magnificent experiences. Kenny's out there and he's happy to be alive to experience the joys of his kids and his wife. I like that. I like everything. I like every reason you bring up. There's no right or wrong here. But when you wake up in the morning, ask the question, why am I joyful about being alive? What's my reason? When I do my values workshop, I ask people to tell me the benefits of having something as a valuable. And most of the time, they stumble. They stumble to come up with 5 benefits of why something's important. And I go, you should be able to come up with 20, 30, 40, 50 benefits. But why don't we come up with 20, 30, 40 benefits of a reason to live or why something is great for us? Because we have been conditioned to be limited thinkers. We have been conditioned to not think outside the box. We have been so conditioned to be comfortably numb that we've lost the juice of life. The juice of life comes in creating new, more expansive experiences. When there's no juice, there's no life. I often ask the question, are you juiced? What juices you? What gets that juice flowing through you? And juice is life force. And when life force is surging through you, you know you're alive. You're in the creative. Think about this. When you're in the creative aspect of your life, you're connected to source energy because that's all source energy does. The infinite God, whatever you want to call it, spirit, it creates. And it created microcosms of itself. And you and I are that. So our nature is the same as its nature, and that is to create. We create at the microcosm, it creates at the macrocosm. Surround yourself with people who love to create, who love to explore, who love to question, who love to seek greater clarity. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on you. What is it most of these speakers say? Jim Rohn said this: the 5 people you hang around with most will determine the level of your wealth. I will tell you, the 5 people you hang around with most will determine the quality of your entire life. Choose wisely where you allocate your time. There is no obligation to spend time unless you created children that are under the age of 18. Then you have an obligation because you created them. You created them to have what? A roof, food, water, education, and support, love and nourishment. But once that child hits 18, their life is their responsibility. You are not responsible for any other human being on the planet. If you are, it's because you've chosen it. Then I would ask the question, if you've chosen it, Does it give you juice? Are you glad to be alive and do it? Are you in a relationship, or do you have relationships that cause you to be alive? Now that's why you have relationships, because they juice you, they support you, they grow you. You get to share new and exciting things with them. And on that journey, you have a tremendous amount of fun. That's what I believe relationships are for. Support, growth, share, have fun. If you're not doing that, why? Because I have to? Not a good reason. Throw it out. My mother told me to? Not a good reason. The church told me to? Not a good reason. It's time to understand that you are the master of your destiny. You are the master of the infinite wisdom you allow into your mind. You are the master of how you use your creative power to create your life experience on the planet at this time, on this day, as you are. I can't be any more clear with the message today. I look you in the eyes and I ask you from my heart, tell me why you are glad to be alive. Create your day. Only you can. I love you just like you are. Until tomorrow, aloha.